need to solve this absolute value equation. Notice an absolute value equation is an equation that has an absolute value expression within the problem. Now, to solve an absolute value equation, the very first thing we need to do is get that absolute value expression by itself on one side of the equal sign, and so that we have a number on the opposite side. In this case, we have our absolute value. It is being multiplied by 3, and we are also adding 5, and that is equal to 38. So really, we're treating this just like a simple linear equation where our variable is just this entire object. So if we had 3a plus 5 is equal to 38, what would we do? We would subtract the 5 from both sides and get 3 times our a, which is really just the absolute value of 2x minus 7, is equal to positive 33. Then we would divide both sides by 3. So we end up with the absolute value of 2x minus 7 is equal to 11. Now, there's one very important thing that we need to check at this point. Before we go any further, we have to make sure that this number is positive. Because if the number on the right side of an equation is negative with an absolute value on the left side, then the equation would have no solution. The absolute value of any expression has to be a positive number, and there is no way that a positive number could be equal to a negative number. However, in our particular problem, our absolute value is equal to a positive 11. So that means that there are solutions to this problem. Notice that I said solutions. Anytime an absolute value is equal to a positive number, you're going to actually have two solutions. The way we find our two solutions is to set up two separate equations. Our first equation is found by taking what is inside our absolute value exactly as is. Notice that I am not changing the minus 7 into a positive 7. It's still 2x minus 7. And setting that equal to the number on the other side. So really, for my first equation, I haven't really changed anything. I've just gotten rid of my absolute value. The key is to remember that our second equation is formed by leaving the absolute value, again, alone exactly, not changing anything on that left side. But on the right side, our positive 11 becomes negative 11. Now, if we solve these two equations, we can get our two separate answers. So on the left side, we're going to add 7 to both sides. 2x is equal to positive 18. And dividing both sides by 2, I get x is equal to 9. On my second equation, I'm still going to add 7 to both sides. Of course, the difference this time is that my negative 11 plus positive 7 actually gives me negative 4. And 2x is equal to negative 4. So I still divide by 2, and I get x is equal to negative 2. Notice that when you solve an absolute value equation, we very often get two separate solutions. Sometimes you can get no solution if the absolute value by itself is equal to a negative number.